how to organize and align data analysts. As I said, they're embedded in the business, right? And that's great because we want the business to be agile. We want them to be closer to the customer. We want them to use data to make decisions quickly. And that's really the role of the data analyst. So they're in blue here. They're sitting out in the department. We call them technical generalists and domain specialists, right? They're going to know finance inside and out, and they're going to apply sometimes rudimentary, sometimes pretty good data and analytics skills to answer those questions that we talked about. Sitting on the other side of the fence is the enterprise data and analytics team. They're generally technical specialists and domain generalists, which is why if everyone has to go to IT to get something built, it's going to take forever because they don't know the domain well enough to make it happen quickly or effectively. In the old days, the red box did everything, right? They built everything. They designed the architecture, managed the data, built the reports and dashboards. Today, we're pushing much of the report generation and most of the data preparation, not the data ingestion, but the data preparation to support reporting and dashboarding out to the blue side here. All right, so these analysts, as I said, they report to business unit leaders. They build local reports and dashboards answering their questions. The enterprise team today, their job is to manage enterprise data, data that's shared across business units. Ensure it's governed, quality is good. If there's a need for an enterprise application, a report, dashboard, something that's cross-functional, something that's really complicated, then they're going to build it still. The big change is that their job has turned from one of dictating what happens to facilitating what's going on out in the business units. So they're more facilitators and coaches of what's happening out in the business. And that's what this dotted purple line is. The dotted purple line is what you need to design and build and pay a lot of attention to. How do you bring these two groups together? Because in most organizations, they're kind of miles apart. The analysts in the departments are doing their own thing. They're creating their own reports, and they don't jive with any other reports in the organization. And trying to aggregate those to create one view, which the CEO and CFO want, is really hard. So somehow, we've got to work together. So at the highest level, I think what needs to happen is the red team here needs to facilitate. And more than that, they need to, I think, be involved in hiring the data analysts in the departments, evaluating their performance, and training them, which might mean you should have someone on the enterprise team whose job it is to do that, especially if your organization has dozens, or like in the case of that university, hundreds of embedded data analysts. Department heads don't know how to hire these people. They don't know what skills they're looking for. They often hire the wrong kind of data analysts for what they need. So they need some guidance. They don't know how to evaluate the performance, so they need some guidance from the enterprise team. They have no idea how to train them or what training they should send them to. So they need some guidance from the enterprise team. In turn, the blue team is going to offload work from the enterprise team. They'll build those local reports. They'll do it faster and better than the enterprise team probably could. And there'll be a place to go to consolidate requirements for enterprise-type work, right? They're kind of like the eyes and the ears of the enterprise team out in the business. That's really important. And as I said earlier, they can help coach and support the casual users in their departments, improve their data literacy.